Top of the morning to you. It is April 22, 2025. So good to be alive. And let's get it started at 10:03. Ooh, 3 minutes off there, peeps. Waiting for some of you to come in here. And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Get in the back chats and the back rooms. So let me do that, okay? We'll continue to talk here. I'm going to get my water. Get some things settled here. Wait for some people to come on in, and we're gonna get this shit going. Woohoo! 2025, so good to be alive. Bitcoin is doing some stuff, let me tell you. Let's keep it calm and let's carry it right on. Okay, so here I go. I gotta get in the back chats and the back rooms, and whoever you be, you will come on in here. We are recording this, so no need to get too excited because this will be on the recording. Okay, so Discord. Let's go to Discord. How's everybody doing this wonderful, beautiful day? Crypto, yeah, is here to stay. Are you seeing what's happening? My goodness, who could have thunk it? The world is turning upside down, and Bitcoin is saying, that's okay. I'm just going to go up, up, up. And that's what it's doing. That is currently what it's doing. So let me get this here. You know what? Let me start with the universal greeting. That might be a good thing for us to do. Beijing, ni hao. London, hello, top of the morning to you. Los Angeles, hey. Paris, bonjour. Lisbon, hola. Hong Kong, hello. Sweden, hey. Toronto, good day, eh. Tokyo, konnichiwa. Turkey, merhaba. My name is Trudy Art. This is the Universe Wallet Indexer Explorer Marketplace and Inscribing, plus the leaderboard tracker for the .swap, Runes, trading, and copy trading bot, all on bitcoinuniverse.io. We are going to actually get into that this morning and more. Listen, this is unleashing Bitcoin's full potential, making the Universe Wallet your all-in-one solution to manage all your assets in one place. You have got full support. There is a roll call. Atomicals, BRC20, DUS20, TAP, DMT, UNAT, Runes, LRC20, Lambda, SRC20, Stamp, and more. Listen, before we get started, I already shared that I'm going in the back chats in the back rooms here and getting the Discord going. But peeps, this is not financial advice. You always got to do your own research. Why? Because this is crypto currently, and you should not be listening to anybody but the research. You got to check everybody because it's a bit of a game out in these streets of crypto currently. And there's a lot of information, and you've got to verify the information. And what I can tell you is that OMG, no, we don't want that. Oh my goodness, we're in the wrong spot. Let's go on another one here. There we go. I can tell you that there is so much information going on out there that you definitely want to fact check it. What am I doing right now? I am going in the main chat of the Discord. Have you joined the Discord as yet? You should join the Discord. And I'm going to post this space to see who can come on out here and join us. If you're on here, please like and retweet it. Let's get some folks out here because crypto currently, it's all about metrics. It's all about who's showing up, who's taking part, and things change very quickly. very, very quickly. As you are seeing this morning, things are moving in an upward trajectory. Yes, for Bitcoin, who would have thunk it? We were chopping away at some sideways action. And now here we are moving up very, very nicely, which is rather fantastic. So I am going to put this right now in the Discord. Let's see if I'm going to do this right. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to say we are live at everyone. And boom, posted it. Feel very proud of myself. Who knows? Haha, think I did it right. Sweet. Okay, so let's get at this. It's very exciting here. We've got some really big news happening. Obviously, you've got to know that Bitcoin has moved up. And let's take a look at what the price is right now. By the way, I do not script my shows. I threw out the script. There's no point. I mean, you can't plan for anything in crypto, but to be ready. You have to be 100% ready. And Bitcoin is ready. It's at $90,995.50. We were at 91. We pulled back a little bit, but looks like we're going to go back to 91, and it looks like we could just be on an upward trajectory. Absolutely. And guess what? Lo and behold, headlines are turning bullish for Bitcoin. We know that Sailor's done some purchases, so thank you, Mr. Oh, guess what? Guess what? Literally, things changed so much. We're at $91,039.94. We're up just on the day $3,455.90. I mean, this could be the whole show. I could just be reporting Bitcoin is going up. Bitcoin is going up. We're up 3.95%. Bitcoin has basically just decoupled from everything that's in this financial system, and it is just moving on its own. I know the gold people are happy right now, but I tell you, the Bitcoin people are even happier, and the headlines are supporting that. FX Street says Bitcoin USD potential. Potential for the downside correction. That was 7 hours ago. Bitcoin price 9 reaction above 88,000. See, these headlines they've got to get really, they got to catch up here because they're behind the times. Let's see, 7 minutes ago, we've got investing.com Bitcoin price chart live. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're just going to go live with it. Everybody else is still lagging. They're lagging because in crypto currently, it doesn't stand still and the headlines just move. And I will tell you that right now, oh my God, the best place to be is in the Bitcoin eco. It's the best place right now. I mentioned the Runes copy and trading bot. Peeps, you got to check that out. Here's where you got to go to because it's a shill and share. Anybody that comes on into this show, they can come in and they can stop me and then they can also shill and share. But today is a great day. Yeah, a great day for what? Great day to shill and share the Bitcoin. Yeah, the Bitcoin. Just shill and share the Bitcoin. It's a great day for the copy trading bot. So if you go to bitcoinuniverse.io, let's go there right now, bitcoinuniverse.io. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that bot, okay? And I'm going to tell you some of the runes that you may want to keep your eyes on. You may want to keep, as Bitcoin moves up, you're going to see funds trickling into some of these different protocols in Bitcoin. And you better get ready because it will come at a lightning fast speed, okay? Runes copy trading bot. Okay, so here's what the leaderboard looks like. Wow, there's some pretty magnificent returns happening here for some of these traders. Since the inception of the leaderboard, total volume has passed through DotSwap of 25.969 BTC. There's 106 traders. Very good, 106 traders. The top wallet address, DKNS, is at 98.52% in profits. Very, very good. And second wallet, CKYKR, 98.52%. So if you're interested in copying these trades, you would connect Telegram, okay, and or hit copy. And then instantly what opens up is you'll get a message and it'll say open Telegram. And then you'll open the Telegram and then you will start. Okay, so it will say, okay, successfully added to copy trade address list. And let me tell you some of the trades that are being made in the runes trading world here. Cipher Genesis. Okay, that's one of the runes that they're trading. Dog go to moon. Keep your eye on that. There's a lot of chatter right now on dog go to moon. And there's some more potential sexes that are looking to pick up dog go to moon. And $1 billion cat. That's another rune that the traders, these traders that are doing the copy trading, that they're trading. And that's a pretty big rune. So take a look at that one, $1 billion cat. Also, based internet panda. That's another of the runes that the traders are actively trading. Let's see. Let's go through some others. They're really loving. Oh, yes, they're loving magic internet money. That is another one that you can take a look at. I mean, you can go it on your own or you can copy some of their trades. And these are the trades that they're mostly actively trading. They're also trading Satoshi Nakamoto. That's another one that they're actively doing. Another is Lobo the Wolf Pup. You may want to write these down. I'm just spitting out the alpha here. That's what I'm here to do. Based Internet Panda, I mentioned that one. So there it looks like they have their favorites, and those are the top ones right now. So again, that's Based Internet Panda, Cipher Genesis, Satoshi Nakamoto, Dog Go to Moon, $1 billion cat, and here's another one, Bitcoin Bro Bear. Hey, I don't make this up, okay? they here's the thing. With runes, we've got a bit of a process here. We've got etchers, okay, and then we have minters. And by the way, because I always like to say, by the way, if you are interested in minting runes, then because this is a shill and a share, I will tell you that you can pick up if you go to Inscribe. And you head over to Universe. So go to Inscribe, scroll down to Universe. There are 3 tools. There's the Tap Zero, there's the iStamps, and the tool that I am looking at right now that'll help you with the minting is the Rune Zero. If you click the Rune Zero, then you are able to mint a Rune Zero, and that will help you to cut down on costs for minting runes. And why do you want to mint runes? Well, let me tell you, the Bitcoin price is just the beginning. Yeah, I'm doing a stretch, okay? And it's not a stretch to tell you the Bitcoin price is just the beginning. We've got some really out there forecasts. In fact, some of the legends, I'm going to tell you what they're saying as far as the price of Bitcoin. Hey, I'm not saying this. This is what they're saying. But some pretty aggressive forecasts out here, okay? We've got, let's see here. Well, we know Arthur Hayes is he's saying a quarter mil. Quarter mil, yeah, USD for Bitcoin this year. Okay, so that's what he's saying. So Crypto Hayes spitting a lot of alpha right now, and I've got some more on him in just a second, but he's saying that look out because Bitcoin is headed to a quarter mil. And then there is, oh my goodness, wait till you hear this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, let me just get this right. Don't want to misquote this. But there's some pretty aggressive prices out there. Adam Black. Any of you know who Adam Black is? He is a cryptographer and cypherpunk. He is the CEO of Blockstream, which was co-founded in 2024. He invented Hashcash. Yes, he invented Hashcash, and which is used the Bitcoin mining process. So Adam Black, yes, says that we're going to $1 million. Listen, I am just reporting the stuff as it comes out. He is saying this is what crypto Twitter is alleging here. I mean, I didn't hear him say this, but and why am I stressing this? Well, he's a pretty important figure. He is a part of Bitcoin. He has even been he has talked to Satoshi, or in the early days he used to correspond with Satoshi. We absolutely do not know who Satoshi is. I think actually Satoshi could be an alien. I literally think he could be an alien from outer space. I know that sounds crazy. But anyhow, Adam has corresponded with Satoshi, so he's a big deal, and he's saying that Bitcoin could go to $1 million. Please, people, you need to start taking this Bitcoin stuff very serious now. Very serious. It's not just about price. It's also about momentum and energy, and that's why I kind of wanted to mention the copy trading bot, because that's one way that you can absolutely stack sats. And I think that many right now, they're still a little bit cautious because we've been here before. We've seen Bitcoin spring to these numbers, and then we've had the pullback, but I think that we're on the way now. I don't think that we are playing games anymore. I think the professionals have arrived, and we're going to get in this spaceship and we are going to run this thing up. I can see 100K incoming. But if you don't know how to get there right now, then here's the shill in the share. One of the shills is runes. You got to take a look at runes. So let me just get back to where I was before I interrupted and told you that Bitcoin was going to $1 million. My goodness. I want to get back to that Rune Zero. Rune Zero, okay, if you go to bitcoinuniverse.io and you head over to Inscribe, and then you come down to Universe, you're going to see 3 tools: Tap Zero, iStamps, and Rune Zero. Click the Rune Zero, and once you mint your Rune Zero, the next thing that you can do is now you can head back over to Runes, okay, right under the Universe tab. If you go to Inscribe, right under the Universe tab, you hit Runes, and you will see Mint Runes. So the Rune Zero actually helps you to mint for a fraction of the price that you can mint on other marketplaces, say like Xverse or Unisat. There's always a minting fee, always. And if you comparatively, you can save, in some cases, up to 50%. So there's some runes. We've got a list of hot mints right now. There's Uncommon Goods. Okay, that's only a 0.01%. So that might have been etched recently. There's Fartcoin on Bitcoin at 90.42%. 90.42%. Then there's a new one, Make America Green. Green. Oh, people. Oh my God. Make America Great Again. It's a MAGA. It's a MAGA rune. Tell everybody. It's at 19.01%. So that's very, very, seems like a rune that's just kind of fresh off the etching, what do I call it? Assembly line? Yeah, let's call it that. Then there's Sunny Satoshi, Turbo Toad rune. There's a ton here. In fact, there's many pages, but the top ones are on the first couple of pages. And the best place to be in a rune is the minting phase. Yes, because can you imagine if you had minted some of the top ones that are out there right now? And I mentioned them already, Cipher Genesis and Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin Bro Bear. These are the ones that these traders from the copy trading bot, that's what they're actually trading right now. And of the 106 traders, we have some pretty good returns. They're doing about 100% on their returns. But always be careful because, as you know, with trading, it's not a promise, it's just a potential. And if you don't feel confident in trading, and to be quite honest with you, there's another option called just buying and holding. But if you want to make some returns, that's one way that the universe can help you do that. Okay. Listen, let me tell you what is actually on the cusp of new. Very, very new here. And so new that I actually have picked someone's tweet out. And that tweet I'm going to share with you because there's something new happening on Bitcoin right now. It doesn't stop. It does not stop. Okay, so we are looking at a new kind of protocol on Bitcoin. And let's get it and just share a little bit until somebody pops in here, and you'll know a little bit more about it. You might have heard it. Have you heard of the Airheads? Yeah, the Airheads. So this is something new. How let's say it. Alchemists are changing the programmability of Bitcoin meta and paving the path for true operability. Yes, true operability. There's some pretty major stuff happening here. Let me just tell you a little bit about this. The founders of OYL, have been obsessively focused on making the Bitcoin trading experience as seamless and flexible on other chains. This is from Isabel Foxen Duke. Isabel Foxen Duke. She has a YouTube channel, and she does a lot of great interviews. I'm shocked that the views are low because the interviews are quite great. I mean, if you want to be on the cutting edge of anything Bitcoin, she's gotten some really great interviews. So here's what she's saying. So there's founders, and they've been focused on the Bitcoin trading experience to make it seamless and flexible because, listen, Bitcoin is new to this whole arts and coins and all this. Yeah, there was counterparty, all of that, but we know that most of the trading happens on Solana. So listen, just some more info here. This effort has led to series of experiments, including creation of Alkanes. I'm going to just say this the way I want to say this. And if I've said it wrong, too bad, okay? It's like alkaline, but Alkanes, one of the first programmable meta protocol implementation on Bitcoin, and perhaps the only implementation pushing towards interoperability as a goal, which we absolutely need. The real and perceived technical limitations of Bitcoin and where Bitcoin surprisingly outperforms the programmable meta protocol boom, and how Proto Runes and Alchemist changed the narrative. Why? Let's see. Why cosmability and interoperability are the real end game for Bitcoin meta protocols. They've also collabed, yes, with Arthur Hayes. I mentioned Airheads last week. Yeah, Airheads, you know that project that's booming right now on Magic Eden? Have you wondered why it's shooting up the leaderboard? Well, they have collabed with Arthur Hayes and why ordinals may outperform tokens for fundraising. So that is very interesting. So good on her. Nice shout out to Isabel Foxenduke. You're doing a great job. I think you're doing fantastic. And even better, yes, even better, here we go. Petty. Petty, he is at PEDDYXBT. He has a nice little overview of what this new protocol is. So everyone, listen to this, everyone is talking about Alkanes and Proto Runes. Is everybody really talking about it? I guess so. That's how they do it in crypto. Everybody's talking about it. Okay, everybody. So here's what it is, folks. Okay, so what is it exactly? How can you trade, etc., etc.? Let's take a look at this. I really like this Petty because he does a very nice job of getting into it. Okay, so right now, I can tell you that it's so new that there's no DEX. There's no official place as of yet, I believe, to go. But let's kind of walk you through it. By the way, who is actually out there? I haven't even taken a look. Maybe. Okay, so here we go. Took me a little while, but thanks, at Petty, for giving me this rundown. Okay, so what is Alkanes? Alkanes is a new meta protocol. I shared that. Isabel was on it. That brings smart contracts to Bitcoin. No side chains, no bridges. Okay, everything happens inside Bitcoin transactions. This is from Petty. He's done a really great job. Go and follow him. So it got announced by Ollie Wallet. Those are the guys that Isabel interviewed. Go take a look at that interview. Very good. And again, it's a meta protocol that brings smart contracts to Bitcoin layer ones, built on the foundation of runes and inspired by the credible work of Casey Domo and others. It's always nice to be complimentary. Okay, so how does it work? Developers write contracts in Rust. This is what Petty is saying. The contracts are turned into WASM files. These files are stored on Bitcoin using a method similar to ordinals. Okay, so in short, smart contracts are embedded directly on Bitcoin's blockchain. How do these contracts run? Well, smart contracts functions are triggered by Bitcoin transactions. Inside the transaction, a special data field op return tells Bitcoin, run this specific function of the contract. This system is called Proto Runes. Proto Runes. So what is a Proto Rune? Oh my God, I think I need prunes. What is a Proto Rune? Oh, Bitcoin. Anyhow, think of Proto Runes as the language that lets Bitcoin transactions talk to smart contracts. Okay, so here's another technical definition here. Proto Runes are runes that have been proto burned and no longer are recognized as spendable by the usual runestone edicts. To transfer proto runes, it is required to use proto stone objects packed into protocol field of the runestone. That was simple. My God, so simple. Yeah. That's why Bitcoin is doing as well as Solana, because Bitcoin is so easy. Each message, okay, contains which contract to call, which function to execute, what data to send. Where does the contract data live? Inside Bitcoin blocks. Just like how ordinals put images on Bitcoin, Alkanes, that's how I said it, okay? So just live with it. Put smart contracts inside Bitcoin using witness data. No one else is doing this. I'm doing this. Yes, I'm doing this. This is how I do things. Nothing new added to Bitcoin consensus. Just clever use of existing tools. This again is from Petty. Thank you, Petty. Again, that's at Petty XBT. Great educator he is. I am complimenting him. He is not here. Maybe one day he'll know that I absolutely admire his in-depth reviews and takes. I followed him when he was doing the review of Fractal Bitcoin and all of that other stuff that he's done. He's always first when it comes to getting into these protocols and just really helping us to understand all this new stuff because it's happening all the time. Okay. Now we're going to go into, okay, so what powers all of this? Let's go back to that. A system called MetaShrew. Without MetaShrew, Alchemist wouldn't work. Yeah, that's how I said it. MetaShrew is a tool that reads Bitcoin blocks, understands Proto Rune messages, executes smart contracts, manages contract states. How to start Alchemist, okay? You spend a Bitcoin transaction that calls a smart contract. There's two types of contracts. Hey, why am I sharing this? Because guess what? The universe is also on the cutting edge of everything, and you never know what they might do to support this. Because as I recall, when Dust 20 came out, remember Dust 20? 546, got rid of those inscriptions. Guess who was on it? That was the Bitcoin universe. Bitcoin universe came out with a marketplace for Dust 20. And I'm going to tell you right now, because Bitcoin is going up, do not fade any of these protocols that have come and gotten, they got their boom and then they're kind of in the back, kind of waiting. Do not fade these protocols, especially when they come out with their first few set of tokens. You may want to take a look at that. Like in the Dust 20, go look at Dust. So if you go to bitcoinuniverse.io, hit trade, and you go to Dust 20, go over to the marketplace, and you will see that there are some listings for Dust 20. Take a look at that, okay? So let's get back at this. So how to interact with Alkanes. You send a Bitcoin transaction that calls the smart contract. So there's two types of interactions. You write, change the contract state, example, swap tokens mint, okay? Read, simulate a call without making a Bitcoin transaction. Example, you check the balance. You pay the Bitcoin fees like any other transactions. There's no extra tokens needed. So what can you build with Alchemist? A lot more than just tokens, okay? A lot. Here's what you can do. This is actually exciting. DEXes. You can build decentralized exchanges. Okay, this is going to get even more exciting. Lending and borrowing apps. I am not playing with you people. Lending and borrowing apps. Remember I said that because there's some more information coming out about lending and borrowing. I'm going to shill and share that. And honestly, nothing major to shill other than who's doing it and why you might want to pay attention now. Because if you are serious about crypto currently, there is massive opportunity for you. You are literally first. I mean, this is before the sperm meets the egg. Yeah, they're just on a date right now. Okay, I'm just visuals so that you can understand how early you are. They're on a date right now, okay? They're ordering, I don't know. They're ordering, okay? They're ordering the food, but they're going to go home and have dessert. So you can be, that's how first you are in this, okay? So listen, you can build DEXes. There's lending and borrowing apps, stable coins backed by Bitcoin. Did you hear what I just said? Stable coins backed by Bitcoin. Okay. Oh my goodness, the endless possibilities. Synthetic assets like Bitcoin based. Oh my God. Listen. Whew, okay. Are any of you understanding the potential for bloodline changing opportunities and wealth here? Once you give the builders the railways, the infrastructure that they need, they will come in here and start building. So if you can see it and experience it out in the RW, it's going to happen here right on Bitcoin, the mother chain, the God chain. And that's why I've decided to make this my shill and share today. Okay. So guess what else you can build on here? Hello, Mr. Cohen, NFT marketplaces. Should I just tweet at him now? Should I just tweet at him now? Do you even know what I'm talking about? Listen, Mr. Cohen, yeah, GameStop Cohen, they had a marketplace, but that was in the ETH days. By the way, do not FUD ETH, okay? But this is a Bitcoin space. Do not FUD ETH, though, people. Just get it right, okay? Keep it tight. ETH. There's a plan for ETH, okay? But anyhow, he had that marketplace out there on ETH. Now, when he had that marketplace on ETH, nobody was talking about trading coins on Bitcoin. Nobody was talking about art on Bitcoin. Yeah, sure, there's the counterparty, all that stuff. I get it. I know the rare Pepes, ooh, culture, yay. But it wasn't being done into Bitcoin. This all kind of started in 2023. And I mean, I was here, but who was I? I was just one of the people wanting to get in because I heard about it. And I jumped into Ordi, jumped into Sats, and don't fade some of those first to market tokens, BRC20. Do not fade them. Why? Because they're going to become almost like collectibles. People are going to want them. In Bitcoin, I think coins will take on it. They will take on a layer of almost rarity in that there's only 21 million. Okay. We're fighting for the sats. There's 8 billion people coming. And those 8 billion people, most of them are not aware and just think Bitcoin is just something that dudes do in their basement. They have no clue the programmability, what's being built on Bitcoin, and how Bitcoin will actually be a railway of the financial future. So if you can put all that together, then go start at the beginning. And the beginning was really ordinals and a BRC20. Go look at some of the projects that were out the gate and make sure that you take a look at potentially having some of those projects in your wallet, because I don't think they're dead. I really don't, because we're just getting started. Okay. So that's what I want to say about ordinals. But let's get back to this. Petty says, why is this interesting? Until now, Bitcoin could only do the following: payments, peer-to-peer, which is really where the power of Bitcoin is. It's in the peer-to-peer. It's absolutely in the peer-to-peer, because here I am. Let's say I'm in, let's say I'm in LA, okay? And I want to send some money to a friend in Costa Rica. There's a couple ways I can do that. But I'm limited to how much I can do. With Bitcoin, I don't have to go through a third party. I don't have to get permission. The only thing I need is their wallet addy. And that peer-to-peer, that's where the freedom lies, in the fact that we can communicate peer-to-peer trustlessly, thanks to those miners. Like, I think that people forget that. They just think of Bitcoin as a number, but they forget that. So why is this interesting? Well, obviously payments, simple NFTs, because that's what's happening right now. Very simple NFTs, okay? Basic fungible tokens, just basic stuff, okay? But now, with, I always laugh, like Alkanes, Bitcoin can now do automated trading, lending markets, derivatives, programmable stablecoins. Oh, come on, people. The game changer. I can hear BlackRock just right now. Like BlackRock is in the rooms right now. So they're making the plans. They're writing the scripts. They're coming over here. Okay. So is it secure? Yes. That's what Petty's saying. Why is it secure? This is what he's saying. Alkanes does not change Bitcoin's consensus. It builds on top of Bitcoin's existing rules. All smart contracts are stored and triggered on chain. Yes, absolutely. Okay, very important. Concrete example, Diesel. You heard it right here. Diesel. This is the first live project on Alkanes is Diesel. People, I think I just dropped some alpha, potentially, okay? Hey, not financial advice. We know how this works in crypto currently. Things can go to zero. They could be fades or whatever, fads, But this sounds pretty interesting. So Diesel, kind of like a Ordi, here's what it looks like. The total supply on Diesel is 1,562,500. Okay, that's a number. 1,562,500. Block 880,000 official launch. Diesel goes live when block 880,000 is mined. At this point, the Alkanes indexer will start looking for protocol messages, including transactions, calling the Diesel contract. It's just a little bit of backstory here. Jumpstart. Okay, instead of letting those blocks be minted retroactively, we do a one-time allocation roughly of 28% of the total Diesel supply. Example, 440,000 tokens at block 880,000. This allocation is earmarked for OYL protocol, team and select community airdrops, So guess what? Diesel, first of the projects there. So how it works, every Bitcoin block, you can mint new Diesel tokens. To mint, you must send the first transaction that calls the Diesel contract. If you're faster than others, you claim the block reward. Diesel is currently going for about $60 on secondary market. How to get Diesel? 3 ways. Actually, there's more. I found another way. So Petty didn't have this, but I also do my research, and I'm going to tell you how to get that. And I'm going to tell you actually 2 ways that you can potentially get that. So you can win by sending the first mint transaction in a block complex, buy Diesel on Alkanes-based DEXes, like Oil Swap, not live yet, but on secondary market, which obviously very risky. Hey, I know people, I always mention this, that bought Ordi in the back rooms, in the dis chats, in the discords. So it does happen, okay? But you got to be careful, because that's not trustless. You have to trust the other person, okay? So that's why these DEXes are so important. And so if we can get that on Bitcoin, that's going to be pretty cool. 3 hyped Alkan tokens for now. What are they? Diesel, methane, butane. Sounds like energy to me. Sounds like things are about to rev up. Yes. So there's also critical, let's see, there's also critical, let's skip that. Okay. Here's an important part. Petty is actually saying China is preferring Alkanes over Runes at the moment. So if you see some of the liquidity kind of pulling back a little bit from Runes, that's because everybody China, who's very important in crypto, they're really leaders in the crypto game, people. Okay, absolutely. Don't knock it till you actually do the research. They're moving over to this Alchemist. So Chinese liquidity and money flow are crucial to consider. Okay, so take a look at that. So still early, but it shows what Bitcoin could become. A global settlement layer, full smart contract platform, without giving up decentralization, which is awesome, without needing a new chain. And I mentioned Isabel Foxenduke. Is I know some have called her Isabella, but I think her name is just Isabel Foxenduke. She's got a really great YouTube channel. Go check it out, and you can find out a little bit more about that. Here's for now another place that you can pick up this diesel token. Do your own research, though. Okay, do your own research, and if you're still wanting to go ahead and pick it up, I was talking this morning with Immortality handle at BTC Immortality, always on the cutting edge, by the way. Why do I say that? Because they were also on the cutting edge of Dust 20. They were on the cutting edge of Dust 20. So had a quick little conversation with them. And Alchemist protocol, you can take a look at idclub.io. But let me tell you, keep your eyes on the universe. Keep your eyes on the universe. It is going to pay off if you have a universe wallet. It is going to pay off if you are in the universe Telegram, if you are in the universe Discord, because I can tell you that I'm seeing some very interesting things, and they are always aware of what is going on as far as what is being built on top of Bitcoin. And you better believe that if there's something exciting, if there's something on the cutting edge, they are absolutely going to want to bring that to their wallet holders. So keep your eyes on that. Okay. So I would not be surprised if the universe has some information coming out in regards to this new protocol. But it's always something new with Bitcoin. Yeah, it's always something new with Bitcoin. So let's take a look at where it's at right now. So we're at 91,326.14. Yeah, 91,326.14. Pretty cool. So hope you learned something this morning. Brand new protocol coming out. And this is so new. This is so new that you still have a lot of time to research it. I would never jump into these things right away. No, I wouldn't jump into these things right away. I would take some of the information that I shared and go and fact check everything and make sure that you understand it before you dive in. The first thing to do is to make sure that you understand Bitcoin. And if you don't understand Bitcoin, then I always send people to hope.com. Hope.com. Why do I send people to hope.com? Let me go there right now. And I'm going to tell you why I send people to hope.com. If you have a friend, if you have a neighbor, and if you don't feel comfortable, having the conversation with them, but if you feel that this is something that they should look into, well, Michael Saylor, the Maxi, and Ryan Cohen's now best buddy, because he orange pilled Mr. Cohen. He created a website with resource materials, and he did this specifically because he knew that the corporate heads, his circle, would not jump into Bitcoin without being educated and doing their full due diligence, because they have shareholders. They're not going to jump into anything that could upset the balance of how things work in the corporate world. So they really need to make sure that they are taking the company in the right direction and advising the board correctly, et cetera, et cetera. So he did this website called hope.com, and literally there's a catalog. Okay, this goes pretty deep here. Let me see. There's about 35 videos that Mr. Saylor has curated because it took him a long time. Initially he thought Bitcoin was an absolute. He wrote it off. He wrote it off. He's like, no, not me, because I mean he obviously, at the time running MicroStrategy, a software company, analytics software company. He was also an investor, and he made his money through Amazon and Google and all of the Magnificent Seven. Like he was, he believed, and that's how he made his billions, is through the Magnificent Seven. Okay. And he had all of that wealth, and as he was experiencing what all people do, which is that creeping sense of somebody looking over your shoulder, namely government. And your cash losing its value, and there's no real power that you have when you stay in the fiat system. So as he was hunting and looking around, he started to look at Bitcoin, and he has curated these 35 videos. So if you are not invested in Bitcoin at this time, well, you really should take a look at these videos. If you are invested in Bitcoin, or you want to get started and you are looking at how can I jump on the train, well, you have to start stacking sats. You have to start stacking sats. And that's what this particular show is about, is how do you stack the sats? How do you start just one sat at a time to build your bag from zero to hero? Well, you've got to get into each of these protocols, and you've got to find out where money is flowing to, and you have to find out what the projects are actually going to be doing for the future, because Bitcoin, anything Bitcoin related, tokens and art is so new. So you do have to have like a long-term mindset. Okay. These aren't quick hits. Now, I mentioned with Alchemist that they were talking about borrowing and lending. That's going to be a big deal. And I've already mentioned Liquidium and all that they're doing. But I can tell you right now that this idea of lending and borrowing, it's not going away. I mean, you know what I think about lending and borrowing, and that's just my opinion. But it's not going away. I can tell you right now, the first thing that you need to know is this. Cryptocurrency wallets will eventually replace bank accounts. Yes, your neighbors may not think that, they may not believe that, and they're living in a completely different universe, but cryptocurrency wallets will eventually replace bank accounts. And in fact, MoonPay's co-founder and CEO, Ivan Sodorite, told CoinDesk in an interview that this will actually be in the coming future, and I do not doubt it. He's absolutely right. And why is he right? Well, let's tell you what's also happening. There's been a few exchanges that have actually reached out to get to become licensed providers of banking services, and one of them being Coinbase. So Coinbase is actually looking to become a registered provider of banking services. And here it is here. This was about 5 hours ago. Coinbase confirms, this is from Cointelegraph. Okay. Stuff is happening all the time. It's so hard to stay up to date with all this, but they confirmed it's considering, I think it's more than considering, okay, applying for U.S. federal bank charter, a move that could let it offer traditional banking services like deposits and loans. They're already doing loans. in the USA only. Okay, in the USA only. Coinbase is also in Canada, but the Canadians do not have access to loans through Coinbase, but you have access to loans if you are in the US. And loans are going to be the way that people extract liquidity from their portfolios. It's already happening in Bitcoin right now through Liquidium, through PFPs and ordinals, and a bag of runes. And I've named some of the top ones already. You can actually take out loans, and people are leveling up as they take out loans. Whatever you do, have a strategy, but this is going to become more and more in the I guess just the everyday of crypto is this ideal that you don't sell, you'll borrow from it. So it's going to be similar to what's happening in the real world. Like you know, if you need cash, you don't sell your house, you go and borrow, take out a mortgage. It's almost, think of it that way. It'll be like taking out, you know, equity out of your PFP, whatever PFP you currently have, say on Bitcoin. You'll take out equity and then you'll do whatever. And then obviously there'll be some type of payment schedule or not. Or not. It'll just be kind of like an interest only that kind of, you know, over time, they take the interest only payments. And in crypto, I always say it, you don't need what you absolutely need in the real world, which is the 5 C's of credit. The 5 C's of credit. What are the 5 C's of credit? Well, they include character, capacity, capital, collateral, and conditions. So if you don't have all of those things, so your character, have you successfully repaid loans in the past? Do you know your credit score? You have to have a credit score. If you do not have a good credit score, let's say anything 700 and above, it'll be tough for you to get a loan. And let's say you've got, you know, say a 690 credit score or whatever the credit scores are. They'll actually use the credit score to price your interest rate. So you actually get a better interest rate the higher your credit score is, and the lower credit scores, they will get higher interest rates. So lower interest rates, higher the score. If your score is low, then you get a higher interest rate. Okay, capacity. Can you or your business handle the loan payments? Will this purchase help increase your revenue? Okay, that's if you're a business. So how can you handle it? That would, well, capacity. What's your income? Do you have a job? Right? And then, okay, so let's see. Okay, let's get all your payments that you're making right now. That's what they're doing. Okay. Capital. Do you have the resources to come up with the down payment? Okay. Do you know the size of your down payment amount? That's, you know, if you're looking into buying something pretty big. Collateral. Yeah, they always want collateral. So what asset will be put up to back up the loan? Has the value of your asset been determined, right? Then there's condition. What is the purpose of this loan? And they want to know, okay, what do you want the money for? They always ask that. And you're like, well, it's none of your business. Yeah, it is. I'm the bank. You're asking me to borrow money. That is my business. So you need to tell me now. And if you don't tell them, you don't get the loan. Okay. And how's the economy? Do you understand your proposed loan terms? Listen, all of that, throw it out. If you own Bitcoin, throw it out, because here are the prerequisites for lending in crypto, Bitcoin specific. Number 1, do you have Bitcoin? Number 2, do you want this loan? That's it. That's it. Do you understand how much of a game changer that is? You just have to own the asset. That's a game changer. So many people will not ever sell their Bitcoin. And that's what Michael Saylor, okay, has told them to do, because he knows that his buddies from the corporate space, which are the banks, etc., that they were coming. See, he's almost a little bit like a futurist. He knew that they were coming, and that's why he was telling people never sell your Bitcoin, because he knows that the lending is going to come in here. So you've got one Bitcoin, okay? And right now, let's say you got one Bitcoin and you want to borrow from that Bitcoin. Easy. You just get set up with the providers in the Bitcoin space right now. I know that, and I'm not endorsing any of these providers. You'd have to go check them out. But say in the Bitcoin space right now, that is Liquidium. So you got 91,326. Okay, 80% LTV, loan to value. So they'd lend you $73,000. Think about that. No credit check. No, what you gonna do with this money? Just like that. And they give it to you in Bitcoin. Okay. Let's put that in Canadian dollars. Let's say you had one Bitcoin in Canadian dollars, just so that anybody that will listen to this that's in Canada, they can get a flavor for this. Okay. So Bitcoin in Canada right now is $126,435.43. Okay. That's what Bitcoin is. And I got to tell you, many years ago, and I'll give you the amount in Canadian. Somebody had introduced Bitcoin to me in a more I guess, real way than it was introduced to me in the past. Because in the past, I just thought it was like in a computer floating around, whatever. It was $25,000 Canadian back at the time they introduced it to me. So you can imagine if I had listened to the guy, but didn't. Anyhow, here I am. Okay. But right now, Bitcoin stands at 126,435.43. Let's take that. Okay. So on an LTV of 80%, okay, you would instantly get $100,000. So your Bitcoin you'd still have the Bitcoin. Obviously there's going to be some custody or contracts that, the loan is set up so that they can go ahead and do the loan. Let's just put it that way. But they would give you 80% of your Bitcoin. So you would get 100,000 in Bitcoin to then do whatever with. That's insane. That's insane. So that's going to be really powerful moving forward. So think about that. You have an asset here that gives you the freedom to access it if you need to. And now the TradFi space is coming over to Bitcoin, and they're going to allow you to borrow from your Bitcoin. There's going to be challenges, obviously, with that. If you want to know what will end up happening to Bitcoin, I believe, this is just me personally, okay, that you have to look at the housing market. Whatever happens in the housing market will happen in Bitcoin. So let's go back 10, 20 years ago. Okay, let's go back 20 years ago. And we were just about to creep up to 2008. We're three years away from 2008. That'll happen. That'll happen. It absolutely will. But you know what people did that had cash on the side? They just bought up more houses. And you know what happened? The housing market rebounded and those people doubled up. Okay. So that absolutely will happen in Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I believe, will see booms and busts just like the housing market. And the housing market never, ever really goes bust because people always need a house to live in. And Bitcoin at 21 million is still in a scarcity supply. Housing isn't in a scarcity supply. Bitcoin is. So keep that in mind. And why does the housing market continue to go up? Because of the lending that's involved in housing, because people know that they can actually use their house to extract equity. Investors know that. And so if an asset has that potential, then generally that asset is going to go to the moon. Okay, I'm not going to get into that, because if I get into that, then I'm going to have to get into credit swaps and all this other sort of stuff that's going to sound crazy. But the system is literally built on top of the ability to get access to borrowing, and Bitcoin is a way that they're going to do that. Oh, so that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. But we have come to an hour, and this hour has been really good. This shill and share has been really good. We will continue to get at it, and on Thursday we've got some really big news about our about some things that will drop on Thursday. So that'll hopefully have some folks coming out to the Thursday show. But tomorrow we have a pretty interesting show. We are going to have a SWA, and we're going to have a special guest on SWA. Yes, we're going to have a artist spotlight. Tony NL BTC, Tony NL. So you can come on out and stamp with attitude. Absolutely, you can. Thank you very much for coming out to this show. Thank you for supporting the universe. Please tell a friend about the universe. And before I go, make sure that you at least do this. At least do this. Name your wallet. Absolutely. Go to register, universe names, name your wallet, and then head over to, so again, that's register. You'll see domain names. They're going to be big. I've talked a lot about domain names. Might be a good time to maybe even pick up the name Alchemist. Alchemist. There we go. Alchemist. I feel it. Okay. Might be a good time to pick up that. Nobody's thinking about that, I'll tell you. But then head down to universe names. If you go down to universe names, that allows you to register and link your name directly to your wallet, Addie. You click register. And then once you click register, you can go over to tools. You can hit chat, and guess what? Welcome to Bitcoin On-Chain Messenger. This is one of the only wallets that allows you to chat with others right from the marketplace. You can chat with other wallet holders, and that's really awesome. So let's say I go over here to Stamp. Haven't mentioned Stamp much because tomorrow's a Stamp day, so just saving all of the Stamp good stuff for tomorrow. But if you head over to Stamp and you take a look at the Stamp art, let's see if anybody here has a name on their. Okay, so some of the people that have uploaded their artwork, don't see any names. Let me just look through another page. Okay, let's jump over to DMT. Okay, let's jump over DMT, Digital Matter Theory. Okay, we have I've used her a lot. Oh, Dan, haven't seen this one before. Wallet holder Dan is selling DMT NAT 11 billion. Oh my goodness, 11 billion? And sell 0.11 BTC. He's not playing. He's not playing. So I could actually connect my wallet. Done. And then that little pink bubble is the chat bubble. I could click that bubble, and then I could ask Dan, hey, Dan, why are you selling this for 0.11 BTC? Or I could say, hey, I'll take half of it. and then you can get a conversation going with them. Tell me another wallet where you can do that. So that's really cool. Wow. Dan has also got let's see, 1 billion of DMT block, selling that for 0.002 BTC. I've never seen Dan here before. Cool, Dan. And you know what's interesting? Most of the people that are on the DMT marketplace over at bitcoinuniverse.io, they all have names. There's Glit Girl 3R Girl. There's Kiro Kun Perth. Honestly, sometimes it feels like I'm saying something that I shouldn't be. It really does. I'm like, yeah, I just said something I shouldn't be, but that's the name that they chose, so that's cool. Hey, Tommy8.tap. Hey, Tommy8, cool. There's Z_Uzi. Z_Uzi. Let's shout out some other names. This is kind of fun. There's Learn. They've listed 5 million DMT NAT, selling for 0.05 Bitcoin. Okay, DMT Shrooms is over here. DMT Shrooms. Sorry. No, that's DMT Shrooms. Sorry, that's what they're selling. This person's name is L4Y3R. L4Y3R. Oh, cool. And then there's LFG, you know what that is, Tapped, selling some DMT Billy the Cats. DMT Billy the Cats. Very, very cool. So it looks like most of the DMT people have registered. Yeah, literally almost all of them have registered their names. So they've got a community going on here. That's really cool. Quite a bit of stuff for sale there. Yes, this is the other thing I wanted to mention before I wrap up the show. Now is the time, and I'm being serious, to go into the Universe Marketplace and hunt for the gems. Because I will tell you, across the Bitcoin ecosystem, things are just starting to move. They're just starting to move. And some of the marketplaces that were here, right from the get-go, the 2003, they're getting a good amount of the activity. Okay. Now Bitcoin Universe has been here a year and a month, which is kind of cool because that in one way gives us an edge, an opportunity. Us who? The people that are hunting for sats, the people that are hunting to stack and go from hero to zero. A lot of people are going to head to where the crowds are. But if you are a little bit of a gem hunter, then you can jump in here. You can go over to trade and click every single marketplace and start hunting through the marketplace, because you can do some scraping. You literally can. And you can do some scalping here because the opportunities will present themselves here because the crowds are not specifically here as yet. Like, let's take a look at Bitmap. How many pages? Okay, so we've got one page of Bitmaps. Total Ordinal NFT has got a few listings here, and then LFG Tap has got a couple listings here as well. So it looks like they're understanding the value of Bitmaps because they have them priced pretty aggressively. Let's put it that way. Then there's a UNAT. There's a ton. Oh my goodness. Yes. Going to be some major opportunities here for some really cool UNAT. There's Nanimated cats. There's Nat diamonds. And there's Nat bats. There's also Nat. There's these Nat like what are they specifically called? They're just like Nat, and then they're numbers. These look like good pickups. Okay, here's something that I've seen quite a bit being shilled on X posts. There's the chaos. Glit girl, Glit3 R girl has chaos 439414 and listed that at 0.00333333. That's a very good number. Okay, so I've seen a lot of the chaos stuff. So before you go ahead and you make your purchases, whatever marketplace you're at, come and check out the different marketplaces. I always do, especially if I'm wanting to jump into something that's kind of has the spotlight on it. Go into all of the different marketplaces because I can tell you the spreads will vary. In particular, when I was looking at, let's say, Stamp, for instance, I would see variances, pretty big variances between stampscan.xyz and openstamp.io. So come over to bitcoinuniverse.io and check out their marketplace. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. This has been a really, really good one. This has been one of my better shows. Why? Because I dropped some alpha so hot that I had to giggle through the name. I got to tell you, many people are not going to know about Alchemist. And when somebody comes out and pronounces the name properly, I'm going to laugh even harder. But I can tell you that that is something very hot, so hot that we're not even at egg and sperm meeting. We're still at the dinner. So there's time. So you don't have to rush. You don't have to try to figure out, okay, how do I get diesel? How do I get methane? How do you get, no, you don't have to rush. You can take a little bit of time, get into it. And then the last thing that I will say on that, because there's a little bit of alpha that I didn't drop, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on it, okay, Alchemist, because there was a post from OKX Wallet, and it says only the top 1% of Degens will know this token. And so the visual that they gave is a hot air balloon. And obviously, you know, the hot air rises, and they put the hot air in laser green shooting up into the balloon. And who do you think retweeted this? Well, Airhead building Alkanes at Airhead Fun wrote probably nothing. Put it together, people. Probably nothing. Okay. Remember, Airhead is a program